This is James Pelton, and today I wanted to do a video. So as I put out some videos kind of with some of the passive income things that I'm interested in, I've been getting a lot of suggestions for other projects to look into. And if I thought that Ring Financial was sketchy, then some of these are a whole new level of sketchy. I do appreciate you guys sending these over though, and I just wanted to kind of walk through. I'm going to walk through 3 of them that that people have sent to me and that I'm looking into. And then I want to kind of show you how I vet these things and how I think about putting money into this. Again, none of this is financial advice. I'm just telling you what I do. And some of you are going to say that I'm stupid for doing some of the things that I do. That's fine. That's fine. You can think that. So the first one that I want to look at, I'm going to look at 3 of them here. And the first one here is this Paribas. It's a unique private bank. And the first thing that I've noticed about some of these different pages is part of the reason they look sketchy is because you can tell that English is not their native language. And so you don't want to just knock off things. Like you don't want to just say, oh, that's not legitimate because it's not English. It's a little bit different. Traditional finance in the US is like pretty polished, right? There's not a lot of like weird things that you can do, but just the world we're in right now with crypto, there's weird projects that make money that are not in the US, okay? So you don't want to just look at how like unique private bank is. That's something like that'd be like, okay, that sounds like a scammer. But I think that's not just English is not their native language. Okay. And I'm not saying Paribas is legitimate. Okay. Basically what they offer is they offer a it's a 0.3% return 4 days out of the week, I believe is what they're offering. Okay. So it's not 0.3% 4 days out of the week, and we'll say 4.5. So they're offering like a 6% a month return. So it's actually not that crazy of a return, which is a good sign. You know, if people offer super crazy returns, that you want to be a little bit more skeptical about that. Another thing that makes me a little skeptical is you click About Us and you're hoping to see maybe like some names and some faces and some people behind it. And there's not. So there's pictures of people. But there's not actually any people. Like, I don't know what this has to do with accessibility. Like, it's a nice dad and his kid holding a piggy bank, but it doesn't really tell me anything about them. One criticism of them, so the next thing I do is I kind of look at their website and I'm like, okay, this seems like probably not that legit. But then I go look them up. Like, I just Google them. Like, hey, has anybody used these? And actually, when you search Paribas, a lot of jewelry comes up. But I was able to find one article that wrote about them, and they said it's a scam. But then I kind of read through. I don't even take sites like this as at face value. I want to read through. Why do you think it's a scam? And their biggest thing is that they're not a real bank, but they say that they're a real bank. And to me, that's not a very good reason for considering someone a scam. Is that they say they're a bank, but they have no banking license. And then I didn't like too in this review, they try to sell you something at the end. They're like, it's a scam. If you want actual money, use my product. And so I didn't really like that. I kind of didn't think this review was legitimate. So anyways, I don't have a lot of hope for this project, but what I do, I look through it. My risk on this one would probably be like a 1 out of 10 probably. But that doesn't stop me from putting some money in. Okay. So I went ahead and threw in $500. And then what I usually do on these projects is the thing I want to be careful. I want to put in some money, make sure that the money shows up in the account is the first thing. Make sure that I get the return that they say I'm going to get. And then number 3, this is a big thing, and you have to check this first, is make sure that you can withdraw but make sure that you can withdraw after you get the money. Because what some scams do is, yeah, you can put in the money fine, you can get your return fine, then when you go to get it out, it's stuck or something like that, okay? So I always go in, put in a little bit, wait for the return, at least a little bit of return, then withdraw the return, wait for it to hit my KuCoin account or wherever. So I did that with Paribas. I put in some money, less than $500 originally, I was getting the return that they promised, and I was able to withdraw it. Okay, so then what I do with a project like this, obviously I'm not going to put a lot of money into this. I put in $500 now, and I'm going to just let it sit. I'm going to get out my 500 original dollars as fast as I can. And then everything else after that is going to just be for fun, okay? And some people are still going to comment on this and say, that's so dumb, it's an obvious scam. But if I put in my money and I get my money out, then, I don't care, okay? I don't really care if it's a scam or anything like that. So this is number 1, Pareba, okay? Again, I'm going to put links to these. I do not recommend that you get involved with these. What I would recommend is wait for a month. Wait to see if I lose all my money, and then you can see if it's something that you want to get involved with after that. Learn from my mistakes. That's what this YouTube channel is for, okay? So that's number 1. The second project, which someone just sent over to me today. I wish I could remember their name so that I could give them credit, but they sent this over to me, and their first thing I noticed is their website is a lot nicer than most other scam websites, okay? So that makes me feel better about it. Is that they've put some time. You can always look at the copyright says 2021. If you go and the copyright says like 2019, then that's a no-no. But they have a separate email address for customer support, for advertising, for commercial. That's all good. Good signs. They have a little bit information about their company. There's no names, but they even talk about careers. You can upload your CV. So, and what they're offering, which is pretty crazy, is they are offering 20% monthly interest on pretty much anything. You can put in dollars, you can put in USDT, you can put in any stable coin. So that's pretty strong if this works, okay? So I kind of did the same thing with them. I looked around at their website. They put this nice calculator to show if you put in $500 in 6 months, it'll triple basically in 6 months. With the 20% monthly compounded, and when you lock it in, you get a bonus. That's pretty good. Okay, so this one I have not gone through all the vetting. So today I just put in, I think $500 or something like that. So again, we'll wait and see. There's a lot of money to be made in the crypto space. So this is my number 2 project, 20% monthly return. Or 24% monthly return if you compound it, and I'll let you know. So I'll probably do another video on these 3 in like a month, and I'll probably say, hey, Pareba, my money's all gone. Viono, I made a bunch of money. Another thing to be careful of too is don't test with $500 and then it works, and then you put in $20,000. Okay, because I know that can get you also. I'm gonna do $500. Take out my original, and then whatever's left, whatever's compounded in there, I'm going to just let grow, okay? And probably not put in more money. If I go 6 months and I'm still making money, then maybe I would consider. I feel better about Viono just because of the website than I do Pareba. So Viona's number 2. Then the last one I want to go through today, again, this is sketch to the max, but it's called Ranomex. Okay, Ranomex. And their website looks like a scam website. They have the copyright 2020. Again, that's always something you want to look for because that means that they're not, there is actually encoding. You can put something there that makes the date change automatically. I don't know why people don't do that. That's my computer engineering coming out. But yeah, when they talk about live support, they do have a chat that I've spoken with a few times. But basically what they're claiming is that you deposit money, and they're using that money to mine, which if you've seen my other videos, there's a lot of money to be made in mining, okay? So I don't doubt that. But they're offering basically on their smallest plan 3% a day for 3 days, and then your contract's done. On the next plan, 5% for 5 days, 7% for 7 days, and 9% for 9 days. So what I did was I started with this 3% for 3 days. I put in $100, and lo and behold, I made 3% for 3 days. Made like $9 or whatever. I withdrew it, and I got my money back. Okay, so that all worked fine. The deposit worked fine. The withdrawal worked fine. My money went up the way they said. So I did go ahead and put in $500 in this 5% for 5 days. If this was a scam, one thing that you could do is, oh yeah, these lower tiers work great, but then these higher tiers, they steal your money. So that could be something that they do. I'm not going to do one of these two plans. I'm going to put in my $500 and get my 5% a day for 5 days. So I'm going to get $125, and then I'll have $625. And then I'll go ahead and do it again, and do it again, do it again, do it again, and we'll see where I end up. So these are, I almost feel like I need a shower after some of these deals some of these projects that you've been sending my way. So if you thought Ring Finance was bad, these are a whole new level, but it's out there. And again, I'll vet them for you. In another month, I'll do another video just kind of showing you how these ended up. But I hope that it's entertaining for you. So thanks again for watching. Last thing I'll say is go Big Red. Nebraska volley. I'm from Nebraska. Husker volleyball is in the national championship tonight. So our football program has fallen apart, but volleyball is our new thing. So I'm of course wearing blue to support Nebraska. So thank you so much for watching, and let me know what kind of content. Let me know if you've tried any of these, if you have anything to say. Again, you don't need to tell me, yeah, this looks like a Ponzi scheme. I understand that. But yeah, thanks for watching.